Hello guys and welcome back to the Media Nights. My name is Ari.
And I'm Denise.
And today we're going to be watching the brand new trailer for Furiosa. This is part of the Mad Max Saga. It just dropped. We just watched a couple of months ago Mad Max Fury Road, and that was absolutely an incredible experience.
It was just a visual spectacle. It was an audio spectacle. The way it was paced, I remember we were just absolutely blown away after that. We had to gather ourselves for a few seconds just because there was so much going on. And I love Furiosa's character in that.
Oh, she was great. Charlize Theron did such a great job with that character, and she was so likable. And the banter between her and Tom Hardy on screen was just so magnetic.
Yeah, it's actually funny. Like they had such a wonderfully intense chemistry on there, and it turns out they didn't actually even get along on set. So.
I know. What do you know?
I mean, I guess it kind of worked out for the art, right? That's what we do here.
So yeah, super excited to see what they have in store for us. This is again directed by George Miller. He did such a great job with Fury Road, so I'm really excited to see what he's gonna do here. So without further ado, guys, let's check out this trailer. George Miller.
You have to do. However long it takes.
That aesthetic is just sick.
Promise me you'll find your way home. Furiosa. Give me this promise.
All right. Loving the visuals already. Ah, before she was taken from the green place. Or this is that story.
Yeah. Oh.
Start your engines!
Wow. Look at those vehicles.
Ah, this looks so good.
I'm so ready for more of that, man.
Yes. Oof.
Oh, wow.
Oh, was that the green place?
You already know the action is going to be insane with this.
I'm Furiosa! The darkest of angels.
Oh, nice.
The question is, do you have it in you to make it epic?
Yo!
Oh, man. Let's go. Remember her.
We certainly will.
Wow, man. The visuals and just the aesthetic from this looks absolutely incredible. And we already got a lot of the same vibe in Fury Road, and it was just so unique. It just hit the right way, man.
Yeah, it really did. I don't know if you noticed that shot where this Furiosa, when she looks back in the car and the lighting just hits her eyes so perfectly. It's so reminiscent of actually Mad Max Fury Road. Like we had so many moments there, especially with Charlize Theron, you know, she had her paint on and all these things, and it's so great to see them recreate so many of those elements. Like it's so much fun to see how she ended up to where we got to meet her.
Absolutely. You know what I'm so excited about too in this movie?
What?
Is seeing Chris Hemsworth in the main villain role this time around, because I don't think I've ever seen him in a villainous role, and I think the guy definitely has the acting chops for it. I mean, he can get pretty intense.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him in a villain role. If there is one, please feel free to drop it in the comments. It looks like he got to have a lot of fun with this. The world of this is great because this is just the perfect opportunity for you as an actor to just go larger than life, right? You can go just a little bit extra for sure. You don't have to stay too grounded. And this just looks like it's the perfect combination of a heart-wrenching story because we know what happens with Furiosa and her dream to end up back in her home in the green place, but pack that with some crazy action and some badass cars. That's gonna be sick, dude.
Man, those cars look amazing. And you know, one thing that I love about these films is that they actually built the vehicles. Like they're not CGI, they actually exist. And they just always come up with ways to make them look so badass and more bonkers with each film. So in Fury Road, we saw the designs and they looked absolutely amazing. And now you can see how they're trying to elevate the, you know, the aesthetic of what the movie should look like with the vehicles too, and kind of incorporate that in the visual language. I love that. And it looks like we're going to have a lot of those chase sequence with the vehicles still in this film, which is a big part of why I enjoyed the first one so much, Fury Road. And I also think this is a really good opportunity to get to know the character of Furiosa in a much deeper way than what we got in Fury Road, because it was very, you know, we still got to know her a little bit, but we didn't really go in depth. So this way we can kind of see where she's coming from. So by the time that, you know, if we were to rewatch Fury Road, it all kind of clicks into place and it makes even more sense. And I wonder if they're going to attempt to, you know, hopefully after this movie continue with the sequel, because I would love to see a continuation to that storyline as well.
Oh, absolutely. One of the things that I noticed, because you mentioned about getting to know Furiosa a little bit more, one thing that I'm super excited about is that we caught a little glimpse of the actual green place.
Yeah.
And within this world, like all we see is ever just desert.
It's a
right?
wasteland.
And just, it's a wasteland, exactly. So that little glimpse, I hope we get to see a little bit more, right? See how she grew up. And because like the more beautiful that is, the more we're going to see how devastating it is to be like ripped away from that, from your family, from your home, which is traumatizing enough as it is, but especially when you just get dragged into the wasteland like this, man, that must be horrible. I can't wait to see more of her story. I'm honestly super, super excited.
And you already know that Anya-Taylor Joy was probably the perfect person for that kind of storyline too, because whenever she packs that emotional, like she's so good at delivering those emotional beats that just makes the scene even more gut wrenching. So I know whenever that moment happens in this film, it's going to absolutely destroy us.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's, I mean, obviously that's the catalyst, right, to her entire story. Like the opening title said, like she will spend the rest of her life trying to get back. And we obviously saw how that ends. But I feel like she's going to be ruthless in this, especially if it's so new and so fresh. Like that wound is literally just, you just open up that wound and you could tell in Fury Road how much that hurts still. So I'm excited to see the ferocious side of Furiosa and what Anya-Taylor Joy is going to do with it, but also the more emotional, character-driven beats that they're going to incorporate in the script in order for us to understand her even further. But man, really excited for this. This is going to be a blast, man. This looks incredible. Hopefully they do the same thing they did with Fury Road, where when they released the Blu-ray, they released the original version and then they had the black and white, because I've seen some of the stills for the black and white and they looked amazing, man. Like just the lighting in that and the editing in that movie is so good. I don't know exactly. I mean, I kind of figure that they did some ramping with the frame rates and, you know, shutter speeds and whatnot, because it has a very unique look to it. And I'm really hoping that George Miller brought that style back, because if anything, it gave the movie such a gritty feel. And then combine that with the already iconic aesthetic, it just made for such a unique experience altogether. I thought the package was great. So I'm really hoping for that whenever they release the Blu-ray, that is also something they incorporate, because the black and white was absolutely gorgeous to look at.
You mentioned the editing. One of the great things about the way that it was shot, and you know how it was like the camera was just dashing alongside the trucks, the energy of all of the actors and the editing and the camera work and the score, it was so frantic. I really am hoping that they bring that same energy back, because it's one of those things that just shoves you back into your seat and you're strapped in. There's not a single moment to pause, and that's why I mentioned pacing. Not a single moment where you can just kind of take a breath, because as soon as you do, a little dip in energy, a little slowing down, you know, a little lull in the story, and it just yanks you right back into the action and the catastrophe that is this world.
Super excited to check this out, guys. What are your thoughts on this movie? Are you guys excited? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.
See ya.